Yesterday, we finished reading this sutta, Digha Nikaya 31, Sigalaka Sutta, which talks about the 6 directions and how this householder Sigalaka should worship the 6 directions properly according to the noble one's disciple. Today, we're going to look at the second section of this chapter, the family. Parents and children. Respect for parents. Amongst those families dwell with Brahma who are at home. The parents are respected by their children. Those families dwell with the ancient teachers who are at home. The parents are respected by their children. Those families dwell with the ancient deities who are at home. The parents are respected by the children. Those families dwell with the holy ones who are at home. The parents are respected by their children. Brahma, monks, is a term for father and mother. The ancient teachers is a term for father and mother. The ancient deities is a term for father and mother. The holy ones is a term for father and mother. And why? Parents are of great help to their children. They bring them up, feed them, and show them the world. Taken from Manguntara Nikaya 463. Okay, so here the Buddha starts with those families dwell with Brahma. Where at home, parents are respected by children. Let me highlight this. And below here, the Buddha further explains that Brahma, when the Buddha explains above, is a term for father and mother. So let's take a look. Those families dwell with father and mother, where at home the parents are respected by their children. And so all this term here, the ancient teachers, can be replaced. The ancient teachers and then the ancient deities. And then the holy ones. So all of this can be replaced with a father and mother. So essentially, this sutta talks about showing respect for your parents. When all of these are replaced with father and mother, so this is how we should dwell. Okay, that's the first sutta, respect for parents. The next one, repaying one's parents. Brother Onchit, would you like to read?
It's okay. Do you want to continue?
Yeah.
Or maybe someone else.
Oh, I mean, we are rotating usually the reading.
Okay. Repaying one's parents. Monks, I declare that there are 2 persons one can never repay. What 2? One's mother and father. Even if one should carry about one's mother on one shoulder and one's father on the other, and while doing so should live 100 years, reach the age of 100 years, and if one should attend to them by anointing them with balms, by massaging, bathing, and rubbing their limbs, and they should even void their excrements there, even by that would one not do enough for one's parents, nor would one repay them. Even if one were to establish one's parents as the supreme lords and rulers over this earth, so rich in the 7 treasures, one would not do enough for them, nor would one repay them. For what reason? Parents are of great help to their children. They bring them up, feed them, and show them the world.
Okay, thanks, Brother Anchit. So here the Buddha gives many examples. Whatever you do, whatever worldly things you do, one is still not able to repay our parents. Yeah, even if we carry them on one shoulder and carry the mother and then carry the father for 100 years by massaging them, bathing, rubbing their limbs, even then, one would not do enough for one's parents, nor will one repay them. And even if you make your parents kings, the supreme lords over this earth, give them a lot of money, even then one would not do enough for them, nor will one repay them. Why? For what reason? Because parents are of great help to their children. They bring them up, feed them, and show them the world. Okay, Sister Billy, would you like to read next?
But monks, one who encourages his unbelieving parents, settles and establishes them in faith, who encourages his immoral parents, settles and establishes them in moral discipline, who encourages his stingy parents, settles and establishes them in generosity, who encourages his ignorant parents, settles and establishes them in wisdom. Such a one, monks, does enough for his parents. He repays them and more than repays them for what they have done. Anguttara Nikaya 2. Thank you.
Thanks, Sister Billy. Okay, so there is one way to repay our parents here, the Buddha says. If you do all the above, it's not enough to repay. But if you do this, if you encourage your unbelieving parents, settles and establish them in faith. In faith in what? Faith in the triple gems. Encourages, if your parents are immoral, settles and establishes them in moral discipline. If your parents are stingy, encourage them, settles and establishes them in generosity. If your parents are ignorant, try to settle and establish them in wisdom. Now, the Buddha says, finally, one does enough for his parents, we repay them, and more than repay them for what they have done. So, in summary, if we can help direct our parents towards the Dharma, then the Buddha says we have repaid them. Any questions or comments? Are you convinced or not convinced?
Convince.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I guess the first paragraph is all about materials needs of the parents. So that's basic. As children, we should do. Then to help our parents in the path of practice for a better rebirth next time, and even to liberation, and of course, in bringing them to the Dharma is the best. Yeah. And practically, it's also not so easy. It may be easy to be, bring food home, bring money home, bring them for holidays, but to convince them to believe and do good things, it can be a bit difficult because everybody has their own habits, especially your parents, right? So I see sometimes it can be very difficult. So I'm convinced.
Okay, thanks for the comments, Sister Billy. I agree with you actually. Yeah. Firstly, about the above is the above paragraph is all about the material, which not so easy to do. Yeah? We make some money and then we can share with our parents. Yeah. A lot of people do that. Like you mentioned, to establish them in the Dharma, that is really the tough part. like you mentioned, our parents have their own habits, and to ask them to do these certain things is probably not that easy. Yeah. So I'm not successful in establishing my parents in the Dharma, but these morning sessions, I can help to establish Dharma in some of you, so in other people's parents. So hopefully that helps. Thanks for your comments, Sister Billy. Let's continue reading a few more paragraphs. Sister Aikim, would you like to continue?
2. Husbands and wives. Different kinds of marriages. On one occasion, the Blessed One was traveling along the highway between Madura and Varaja, and a number of householders and their wives were traveling along the same road. Then the Blessed One left the road and sat down on a seat at the foot of a tree. The householders and their wives saw the Blessed One sitting there and approached him. Having paid homage to him, they sat down to one side, and the Blessed One said to them, householders, there are 4 kinds of marriages. What for? A wretch lives together with a wretch. A wretch lives together with a goddess. A goddess lives together with a wretch. A god lives together with a goddess. And how does a wretch live together with a wretch? Here, householders, the husband is one who destroys life, takes what is not given, engages in sexual misconduct, speaks falsely, and indulges in wines, liquor, and intoxicants. The basis for negligence. He is immoral, of bad character. He dwells at home with a heart obsessed by the stain of stinginess. He abuses and reviles ascetics and Brahmins. And his wife is exactly the same in all respects. It is such a way that a wretch lives together with a wretch.
Thanks, Sister Hakim. Take a look. Okay. So here there are 4 different combinations of marriages. This is the first one. A wretch lives together with a wretch. So how is it so? When the husband breaks all the 5 precepts, destroys life, steal, sexual misconduct, lies, and indulge in alcohol. Yeah. The basis for negligence. Okay, let me highlight this first. And then he is immoral of bad characters, dwells at home with a heart obsessed by the stain of stinginess, abuses and reviles ascetic and Brahmins. Furthermore, the wife is exactly the same as the husband. So that's why a wretch lives together with a wretch in this first combination. So what exactly is a wretch? Let's take a look. An unfortunate or unhappy person. Second definition, a despicable or contemptible person. Okay, that's the first combination. The second combination, how does a wretch live together with a goddess? Let me highlight this. Here, householders, the husband is one who destroys lives, ... the same pattern, who abuses and reviles ascetics and Brahmins. But his wife is one who abstains from the destruction of life, from wines, liquor, and intoxicants. She is virtuous, of good character. She dwells at home with a heart free from the stain of stinginess. She does not abuse or revile ascetics and Brahmins. It is in such a way that a wretch lives together with a goddess. And okay, that's the second combination. The third combination, and how does a god live together with a wretch? Here, householders, the husband is the one who abstains from the destruction of life, who does not abuse or defile ascetics and Brahmins, but his wife is one who destroys life, who abuses and defiles ascetics and Brahmins, it is in such a way that a god lives together with a wretch. And then the last combination, how does a god live together with a goddess? Here, householders, the husband is one who abstains from the destruction of life, ... From wines, liquors, and intoxicants, he is virtuous, of good character, he dwells at home, with a heart free from the stain of stinginess, he does not abuse or defile ascetics and Brahmins. And his wife is exactly the same. In all respects, it is in such a way that a god lives together with a goddess. These householders are the 4 kinds of marriages taken from Anguttara Nikaya 453. So if you see, if you observe some people, you can see all these kind of different marriages. Sometimes you see the husband has a high temper, and then the mother is the one who's calm. Sometimes you see the other way around. It's actually the mother who has a high temper, and the husbands are more calm. And occasionally you will see the last combination, a wholesome couple, a god live together with a goddess, where both are harmonious in their marriage. Okay, I think this is a good time to stop. Any questions or comments? What kind of marriages are you in? Till we meet again, we will be guided by the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a nice Tuesday ahead. Thanks everyone, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.